So,
Apparently.
settling certain cravings in this city, not possible.
It's not the first time that we've tried to settle a craving and not been able to do it.
So,
Might I re-mention
this one,
Supermax?
this one here was craving Mongolian barbecue.
I know.
Now, if you don't know what that is, they give you a bowl and all the meat is shaved and frozen. So they'll usually have beef, chicken, and pork. This particular place that we're going to tell you about had turkey as well. And then you put your meat in the bowl. Then in the bowl, you put your selection of veggies. And then there are these signs that'll tell you, okay, you want it to be sweet.
Don't forget the noodles.
Yeah, and then there's noodles, fried with noodles. And then they have this sauce, and you put 2 of this, 2 scoops of this, 3 scoops of that, 1 scoop of that, and you get nice and spicy or whatever. And then you give it to the guy. He puts it on the grill and spins it around in a thing multiple times. It cooks everything up, gives it to you, and you eat it. It's substantially smaller when you get it back than when you give it to him.
Because everything frozen compresses into a little ball.
Right, this one, it's like, I'm craving Mongolian barbecue. And since we're going to see the Jeff FM show live at the Wise Guys in Town Center on Wednesday night, I found a place that we can go to. It's what you said to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the only place? And you said it's the only one that serves Mongolian barbecue in the entirety of the Las Vegas Valley. Like usually, sometimes you'll be like, oh, there's one out by Lake Las Vegas. Who cares? I'm not going there.
I would, if we were going to Lake Las Vegas, I would try it. But even the same as this one was so far from our house, it's not somewhere we'd normally go.
So she finds this place. And am I mentioning their name? Because I don't remember it.
I'll look it up. Hold on. I think it was Pickup Sticks.
No, it's not Pickup Sticks. Pickup Sticks is a Chinese fast food restaurant chain.
Stir Crazy.
Stir Crazy with a K.
Yeah. And they have excellent Google reviews, like 4.5 stars, 144 reviews.
Honestly, weren't really that close to where we were going. Like, it was a good 15-minute drive. And you've heard us talk about this area. 15 minutes is a long drive. That is not like a normal 15-minute drive somewhere else.
They were like 2.5 blocks north of Sunset Park for anybody who lives in Las Vegas or feels the need to Google.
Yeah, it was crazy. Anyway, so we get there. The center that it was in was well kept.
Yeah.
It had a dog groomer. It had and then we walk in, and it's like super clean on the inside. But the first thing I do is I look to the left, and there's all the food. And then I'm like, oh, I get it. We're going to pay afterwards. Got it. I look over. There's no bowls.
That's Caesar's Place in California. You pay before you eat, right?
No, pay after you eat.
Interesting.
So I walk past the counter, and there's a guy back there, and he's just chilling.
He doesn't say anything.
He say a word.
He just like awkwardly stared at us.
So then I sit down, and then the lady walks by, the waitress, doesn't say a word. So then I stand up again. And I'm like, if they don't say anything this time, I'm going to look at you and say, sorry, babes. We're going to go find like an Asian restaurant or something in the town center and eat there because I'm not dealing with this.
I could have lived with just other noodles. It would have been fine.
But all of a sudden, he's, oh, hi, are you new here? Why does it matter? I'm obviously looking for help. I'm like, yes, I'm looking for a bowl so I can eat. And he goes, oh, you're going to have just a single bowl or all you can eat? I said, I guess we're doing the all you can eat because that's what you had told me.
Because
also,
Google
info online was way out there.
$13.99 for all you could eat.
It wasn't. It was twice that. So then they give it to me. Give me the bowl. They give her a bowl. And we go.
Ding Dong over here decides he's going to.
And I look and I'm like, oh, it's sweet and spicy. Now, sweet and spicy is never spicy. Ever.
You just got a little. I like sweet and spicy.
Yes, it has a little tingle to it. But it's mostly sweet. It's mostly sweet. So I get the thing and I'm like, all right, let's have this. Dig in. Two bites in, I'm like,
started watering.
2 bites in, I'm like, oh my God, this is the hottest food I've ever eaten. Like, it was so spicy. But I didn't just stop eating, which is what I normally would do. I continued to eat it. I just slowed myself down. I ate more than 3/4 of it, actually. So I leave a little tiny, a silver dollar-sized portion sitting there, flattened. And I say to her, can I get another bowl? And she says, what about what's left over there?
Just in that, that's exactly what she said.
I said, yeah, I can't eat that. It's too spicy. And she says, oh, if you leave the food there, there'll be a $5 charge for waste.
First, she told you she was going to have to charge you for a full second bowl. And then she finally clarified that it was only a $5 charge for waste.
That's right. First, she said it was a full second bowl.
I was flabbergasted. I can't think of a better word to describe how I was feeling in that moment.
Something, remind me in a minute, because something about this just pieced together in my head.
Okay.
She really was. That's what it comes down to, but I'll explain why. In fact, why don't I just explain it now? I think what happened is I think she thought that we were getting individual bowls and that I said mine was too hot and that I wanted a new bowl. And she was telling me that she would have to charge me for a second bowl. And then I said, isn't it all you can eat? And she went, oh, still, then it's a $5 waste charge. So she was completely off base. Her approach fucked up the whole entire situation. Because if it were me, I'd be like, oh, hey, are you getting all you can eat or are you getting individual bowl, right? Now, here's what I don't understand. If you're getting all you can eat, it literally says all you can eat. When you can't eat anymore, you stop eating. Why are they going to penalize you for that? And I get it, take smaller portions. But if I say all you can eat and it's the first time, I'd be like, hey, no problem. Here's your second, but just so you're aware, in order to keep costs down here, which trust me, man, they're not keeping costs down. They're charging a fortune. In order to keep costs down here so we don't have to charge as much, we have a $5 waste fee if you leave any food behind from the all you can eat. But no charge for this one. Don't worry about it. Here's your second bowl. I'll just make sure I take smaller portions and be done with it.
And she walked away and I'm going to go see if I can do something about that. And then we had both requested a second bowl, by the way, so we could go back and get more. She only came back with a bowl for you.
And then you had to ask for one for you.
And said that they would waive the charge. And if she hadn't have said it, I'd have been like, keep your second bowl then.
Yeah.
And we would have been leaving.
So here's my opinion. It's sad that they acted that way because their food was good.
Absolutely ruined the experience.
Right? The ingredients quality was decent. It wasn't high quality. It wasn't low quality. It was just middle of the road. Here's what I could liken it to for most people, okay? It's like the quality of Chinese food at Panda Express. It's good, but it's not the greatest, you know?
All right.
And by that, the meat quality and vegetable quality, et cetera.
Well, I mean, it's frozen shaved meat, so it's not.
The meat is frozen, yes, but that's because they shave it, which is ingenious on their part. Because if you think about it, they have the rule about not smashing it down.
Yeah, because you put in one single spoonful of meat, it takes up the entire bowl.
Exactly. They're very smart. Fill it up as much as you want with veggies, man. We don't care. Stack it 5 feet high. We don't care. Just don't do that with the meat, man. Don't do that with the meat. There was one place that we used to go to in California, in Artesia right there. They would allow you on certain nights of the week to bring a bowl with the meat and a bowl with the veggies. So that way you could have a bowl with meat.
Because they were true all you can eat. There was only one price. Well, there's a child and an adult price.
And they always threatened to charge you if you left a lot behind. But I think that was more to combat, you know how people have 6 kids and they get each of them an adult-sized plate. And between the 6 kids, they barely eat 3 spoonfuls of the food between all 6 of them. And they leave all the food. That's what that's there for, to be able to charge people like that.
Korean barbecue places in Las Vegas, and pretty much every Korean barbecue place I've ever been to, it always says that waste will be charged to the a la carte rate. Always. Yeah. So that means if a plate of brisket is $14.99 and you leave a whole plate of brisket, they're going to charge you that $14.99.
They're probably going to charge you the $14.99 anyway and just say that's the leftover from the plate of brisket. That's what I think they're going to do.
They're saying all you can eat, and they're going to charge you the $14.99 on top of that if you don't eat it. But they never actually, if you cook it and make an attempt to eat it, they never bother you. And that's normal.
No, exactly. And I think that's the right way. And let's be real. After a while, you get to know who the customer is. Right. They know who we are at our Korean barbecue place. But if we were the people who always left like a lot of waste,
right,
it wouldn't take long before they'd come to the table and say, hey, nice to see you, but we have to have a chat. You can't leave behind the food or we have to charge you the fee. We've been nice and not been charging you the fee, but we're going to have to charge you the fee. And that's fair because I have no problem with enforcing your rules. I think $5 is a bit outrageous.
Considering the whole bowl itself was $28.
But single serving was like 19 something, which is what, you know what, if I ever went again, that's what I would get.
Yeah.
Because I just wouldn't stuff myself.
And you just go carefully down the line. Like you would put in the meat and then you strategically put the vegetables in so you can get as much in there as possible. And then you noodle the top.
Yeah, exactly. But the approach that was used,
it was so...
I won't go back there.
No.
So that means there's no Korean barbecue place, Mongolian barbecue place until I figure out how to open one. I will figure that out.
If some kind restaurant ambitious soul wants to come to Las Vegas and open a Mongolian barbecue restaurant in Las Vegas, Centennial Hills, I gladly come and eat the food.
We will also help you. We being me, I will help.
I don't know.
I'm tired of not having certain kinds of food here.
Supermex needs to open a Las Vegas location. Mongolian barbecue needs a better Las Vegas location.
I saw the other day, though, that there's a place, I can't remember where it is. I could find it easily, that has good Indian food.
There's a lot of places that say they have good Indian food in Las Vegas.
This is vouched for by somebody that I trust.
I'm telling you that I've heard from a lot of people that I would trust. There are a lot of good Indian
because
food
that's
places in Las
something
Vegas.
that, I'll be honest, once a year, I feel like having that.
That Indian food place that we used to go to that was next to the Thai food place in Anaheim, that place was so freaking good.
Yeah, they had the all-you-can-eat buffet thing.
Yeah. Remember, I wanted to go there for my birthday that way.
So then, like we said, that's what happened there. It was left a bad taste in our mouth, literally. And we bailed from there. And we had to head out to the town center to go see Jeff Wittick from Jeff FM. And I'm just going to say that when I first heard about him going on tour, I hadn't even thought of him stopping in Vegas.
You live in LA,
yes.
I presume.
Yeah. And so I thought to myself, oh, this is interesting. He's saying he wants to be like this other podcaster and do his podcast on the road. And I thought, yeah, his podcast is decent. That could be interesting to see. And I checked the prices and it was like $35 for regular. It was $35 for general admission. And at the time, it said early bird price, $50 for meet and greet. And then it was $85 in the end for meet and greet. But the long and the short of it was, I was like, you know what? Why not? This could be funny because his show's pretty good. And I know you've watched it with me a couple of times. And so like we get there and I'm getting excited because like here we are. We're finally there. Okay, sir, the doors open at 6. It's 5:30 right now. And like, we knew we were early, but it was damned hot out and we weren't about to stay outside. So there we are waiting and waiting. 6 o'clock comes and goes and they're not ready.
6:15 comes.
And the guys finally say, oh, the meet and greet's not done yet. It took so damn long.
Yeah.
Like we finally get up there at 6:30, 6:40-ish. And it's all general admission. So you pick your seat. And that's part of the advantage of being VIP. Is you get to pick your seats closer. But if you ask me at a comedy thing, stay towards the back. I don't want to get roasted by the comedian.
And then I had to go to the bathroom.
Yes.
So I went and did that.
I ordered drinks and I ordered a piece of cheesecake, which that was an interesting part of that as well.
It's just this whole night was a series of unfortunate events, okay?
Yeah, this whole week.
Then I'm in the bathroom and I get a text from this man over here across the desk from me saying the dude in front of me jumped the table and spilled his whole drink in my lap.
And then I say, nah, you can't blame the guy. It was an accident. And then she says, how do you accidentally jump over a table? And I went, wait a second. That's not what I said. But I'm learning. Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? I am learning. Scroll back, looked at it. It damn well says jump. It's not what I said. I said bump. So I grabbed it and I said, no, it's bump, not jump. And she's, oh. And then I sent her a picture of my shorts, which were drenched. And then the ice cubes down around my feet. That picture looks like I was in the bathroom taking a pee or taking a dump. But in any event, like this poor guy felt so bad.
P.S. We're not blaming the dude.
He literally sat in his chair and it was up against my table and it just went whack. And then he turned around and he asked me, "Oh, did you get wet?" And I said, "Oh yeah, a lot of it went down on the ground here." And he's like, "Oh my God, I am so sorry." And then he's, "Do you have Cash App? I'll send you the money." "No, just let me buy you another drink." And I was like, "Don't worry about it, man. I'm going to make them replace it."
They just put it down.
Like, it was just put there. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. They got to replace it. Had they said no, I would have had the argument and then I would have given in. Who cares? It was only like $5. What's the big deal?
It was actually only $3.50 there.
Well, that's
Drinks
even
were very
cheaper.
reasonable.
It's even cheaper. I asked her, "Hey, can you please replace this?" He accidentally, when he sat down, the way you guys set up the tables, it's so close that it smacked the table and poured it all over me. She goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, I'll take care of it." And then she turns around and walks away. And I see, you pointed out later, but I had already seen it, the whale fucking tail coming out of the bottom of her pants.
That wasn't our waitress. That was the other waitress.
No.
The Hispanic looking one wasn't the one with the whale tail. That was the white girl who settled our bill. You asked to replace the drink.
No,
but,
by.
Yeah.
The other girl went that way.
Yeah.
She walked by.
But that whale tail was unfortunate.
Here's the thing. He comes on stage.
Oh, by the way, it took him 45 minutes and asking 5 times to get his soda replaced.
Yes, 45 minutes and 5 attempts.
Yeah.
She finally had to take over and get like girl to girl. And that's what got it.
In my kind of grumpy tone, could he please get his soda replaced?
And I think the girl appreciated that you didn't go beep mode on her. I think, but I think she also realized, yeah, I fucked up. Let me take care of this. And she did. Okay, so anyway, that was taken care of. So they come out. And I'm excited because there's the damn desks. It's exactly like the podcast setup. Exactly. There's a chair there in the middle. The only thing missing is normally there's like a coffee table right there that Mike Malek famously busted when he was on the show one time.
He was mad?
Yes. And they come out and he's, "Oh, where's my computer? I don't know what to do. Where's my computer?" So one of the guys who's supposed to be the fucking producers gets up. "Oh, I'll go get it." And he brings back the computer and I'm thinking, this is in like the first 30 seconds. If this is how it's going to be, I'm leaving. I'm not sticking around for this.
And let me tell you, that is exactly how it continued. Watching a trio of crackheads fighting over some crack.
And I'm sorry, I really like this guy. I really like him, but he just was not funny that night. Nothing was planned. I shouldn't say that. The one where they played the video, that was planned. The rest of it was not planned. Like, it was so unplanned and he was so fly by the seat of his pants. It was awful. It was just awful.
Yep.
So we left early because we lasted an hour and they were still going. So we were like, we're out of here.
Well,
8
when
o'clock.
we were leaving, they had put up this QR code for people to put their confessions in.
Yes.
She was so dumb and she couldn't even speak a sentence. Was like there at the microphone admitting that she let a coworker go down on her and then all of this drama that ensued after, and that she had her girlfriend come and pick her up. And I was like, why? What? I'm entertaining this moment.
But that's not even the worst part. Remember, they use the QR code, and when you leave the message, it like robotizes your voice, so you can't tell who left the message.
Uh-huh.
And then when he played it, it was robotized. Then the person, they say, "So who was this?" And the person stepped forward and said who they were.
Yeah.
Like, I get doing it anonymously. Who cares? You wanted attention. You want to see how people react. But stepping up to it? Wow.
I'm going to tell you that Cheetah the Hoe, that's her name because she was wearing like a cheetah skirt. And like her gut was bulging over the cheetah skirt. It was the least attractive thing I think I've ever seen. Anyway, Cheetah the Hoe. I think she probably has been to one of his live episodes before. Because this wasn't his first tour.
He was halfway through.
She's probably been to another show or seen video of another show and knew exactly what was coming. And she wanted to get up there and talk about her no ways in her cheetah bullshit.
Yeah, potentially.
It was awful.
It was extremely disappointing to me. That's all I will say.
Someone over here told me he owes me one. Sure.
Yeah, she's brought me to she even pointed out, like, she brought me to the Mongolian barbecue fiasco.
Each had an even hand.
And I still feel that I owe her one. Because like we've gone to things together where I'll be like, I survived. Like that's just how you feel. And I'm sure you felt the same way about
The
things.
show at the Strat is probably our best example. We both hated it. But I would rather go to that than see this guy again.
But we left. You've had it over things
Right.
that I brought you to and vice versa. But never have I felt I took her to something and man, do I owe her. This is just, she sat through this like a trooper. But I'm going to tell you, I'll just be honest with you why I said that. It's not just how bad the show was. That is what it is. I'm not in control of that. It was that you never once got snippy with me and was like, oh, I can't believe you look what you got us into. This is so stupid. I knew it was going to be stupid. You never once, you may have thought all that. I don't know if you did.
So you had sent me a whole blurb of who this Jeff dude was before we went, and I told you I didn't entirely care. But I read it, but I didn't absorb any of it. And then we got there, and I saw the Jeff FM logo, and I was like, oh, we've watched this guy. He was okay. This should be fine.
See, that's the thing. It had potential.
Yeah. You know what? You don't generally lead us astray on things like that. Like, generally, you'll pick something that's going to be entertaining or funny or whatever.
I try.
And it is overall at least partially entertaining or funny.
And that's why I feel like I owe you, because you were not snippy about any of it. You were not a smartass about any of it. Even after we left and it was all over and you could have been as mean as you wanted to be, you were so nice about it. And I think part of it is the week I've had. And you knew I had a bad week, so that's probably was a smart idea not to get snippy. But
it's nothing to get snippy about.
But
you expected.
But you were just like really good. But you were really good about acknowledging that, and not everybody does that.
It's
and
not
so,
your fault. He sucked.
So for me, it made me feel like now I owe her like a night out somewhere because this was going to be our night out, and we were supposed to at least have a little bit of fun and laugh.
No, you're going to take
and
the
have
Rampart buffet for breakfast tomorrow.
And have something to talk about.
Yeah.
But now we don't have the date night, so now we got to fix that. And so I owe you that. And to close this whole thing out, we were talking about how I had read that, oh my God, breakthrough study says that all relationships need this to survive. And I'm like, wow, you got to admit, they got me. I clicked the link to read what this thing was. I got to know what the one thing is. I'm sure my relationship has it, but I want to know, what is it? Yeah. I click it. You guys, are you ready? Are you ready to hear what is the thing you have to have in the relationship for it to survive? You're never going to believe what it is. You'll have never thought of it before. I'm telling you. You've never thought of it. No, it's friendship. You have to be friends, guys. I suppose it makes sense. This one over here and I are together 26 hours a day and 20 on the weekend.
Even when I'm just attempting to work, this one is slacking me and texting me cute pictures of Chris. Whatever.
We act like we're both in an office somewhere.
Right.
We do.
Right.
That's what we used to do when we were dating.
Except I actually had to work then.
Yeah. My God, if we had Slack back then, we would have had our own personal Slack channel.
Yeah.
This would have been an easy, free way to communicate.
Unfortunately, the AS400 was not Chat International.
No. But you just have to obviously have friendship. But I think you also have to just make it so that things like that. Okay, you were a trooper. You came, you tried to conquer, and we both went out of there being like, let's get the hell out of here now so we're done. And you didn't gripe about it. You didn't complain. You didn't blame me one bit. And you say, look, why would I blame you? It's not your fault. You didn't know. Well, you're right. That's exactly why you shouldn't blame me. But people do it.
16 minutes after the show's official start time. And we both know he was a few minutes late.
Yeah, very late.
You texted me, this isn't funny. And then 32 minutes later, you said, if this goes past 8, we need to figure out how to sneak out. You were planning ours from 15 minutes in, man.
That makes me laugh so hard. Because I remember it like it was yesterday. What? Pretty close to yesterday, the day before. But I remember like it was yesterday because literally I'm sitting there and I'm like, the look on your face was just like, What the hell did this man take me to? What in the hell did he take me
I'm
to?
going to take you to Menopause the Musical.
So then I was like, I'd better let her know that I also don't think it's funny. So that at least we're on the same page and she doesn't have to feel like she has to walk on eggshells. This just isn't fun.
It opens the door for me to openly bash what's happening to you so that we can actually
have a little bit of fun.
We had a great conversation all the way home about how much it sucked.
Normally, we would be coming for days making jokes from the event. Like when we went to see the Jen Kramer magician lady, she had a bunch of cornball jokes.
And they were so funny.
We told those jokes over and over again for days because they were funny.
Or
now I can remember.
Or Carrot Top. We talk about the times we've been to Carrot Top all the time.
Dude I want to meet him in the wild.
I told you how to do it. Church, Christmas Eve, Janet's. Done.
You lost me at that first word. That's the problem.
Apparently he wears a suit with all his crazy hair on top.
That would be wild noticing. You really would. Anyway, here's the thing, guys. We love where we live. Who in one night would have a crazy waitress and a half-dead comedian? Who would get that in one night? Only in Vegas. And that guy made minimum $35 a head for that place. And yeah, it wasn't completely sold out. He sold a lot of tickets for a guy with not much of a big name.
So we got there, like you said, at 5:30, which is the time that the meet and greet started. So I'm assuming, because it was probably like 5:35, there was already people upstairs for the meet and greet. After that, probably 40 people went upstairs with VIP wristbands. So those people all paid the expensive price. Many people wanted to meet this dude. I don't know. I don't understand.
That's all I got for you. We had really good tasting Mongolian barbecue with horrible service. And then we had an interesting people watching night that wasn't funny. That's all.
Well, now that the series of unfortunate events is over, good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.